Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Let's Play Death Stranding. We just got our shoes stolen. I've never had that happen before. I can confirm, game is actually harder than it was before. Usually you can just coast through these fights, even on hard mode. So they definitely have amped up the AI, and I gotta be a little bit more careful. Also, can't believe it. Gotta equip our other player shoes. But it's okay. Oh, never mind, I threw my ladder over there. Okay. I'm not gonna worry about it, though, even if it disappears. We must exact revenge and take them on out. Now, I should say, this is not necessary. We do not have to deal with the mules. We could, very well, go straight to the craftsman, grab our weapon of choice, and then deal with these jerks in a much, much easier fashion. Just point out that I have my urine out. Nope, don't really need that. We don't need our pecker at the moment. The problem is being out in the open here is that there's really not a whole lot of grass for us to use. Ooh, okay, there we go. Let's go into crouch mode here. Hopefully this guy doesn't turn around. Perhaps give us a moment. Alright, and nice. Now we can't drag the bodies around. That shouldn't be a problem. Let's see here where the highway was taken out. There's a bunch of old school vehicles here, trucks, whatnot, with big Chiral crystals. We'll check that out in a bit, though. What we want right now is to deal with these mules and to X them out of the game. Oh god, alright. Throw us at them. See if we can deal with them. Hello. I'm not sure if you can tie them up after, though. You kind of just have to deal with it this way. Oh, of course. Alright, sweet. There's way more than I thought there was going to be. Knock this guy out. Go for the punch. This guy behind us has stumbled. Alright, sweet. Not sure if we got hit there, but okay. I'm gonna put my climbing anchor back on my back. Not sure if I got hit though. That's weird that he had that. Okay. Anything? Oh, ceramics. Nice. Oh wait. Oh, I hear you. There you go, dummy. Ooh, baby. Okay, let's grab these standard metals. We can use these for a fight. Now let's scan the area, make sure we have eyes on any enemies coming our way. We can actually stuff these items into those roads as well, those road systems I was talking about in the last episode. Nope. The lights were turning off in my household. I don't know why. Hopefully the video doesn't just go kaput because there's like a power outage or something. Alright, looks like we got 2 enemies left. No, 3. Alright, give me those boots. Or not. Alright, tackle his ass. Whew. All I'm really doing there is just holding LTRT and hitting square. Allows me to do dash forward. It's pretty short distance. In the last episode, I was messing up a lot with it. This time, I'm actually doing it properly. There we go. All right, much better. The issue is I have my strand out, so I think that was stopping me from picking stuff up. Oh, there we go. These guys have been knocked out. They're not going to wake up anytime soon. And we have free reign to do all this stuff here, which is great. So the reason you want to take out these mule camps now is because we want to build roads, and they always have tons of resources, usually of one type. And this one seems to be a metals resource deposit.
There we go.
They also have some pretty useful items in here too. But now that they're dealt with, we can basically do these deliveries in peace, which is what the original plan was, but, you know, some plans don't go as planned. The trick is to have a backup plan and to just cheese it out of there, but hey, sometimes even I mess up. Alright, sweet. Oh, even more metals. Very nice. Yeah, lost cargo analytical device for William Lake over in Lake Knot City. Wow, that's a lot of good stuff. So I guess we'll grab these metals here, throw them on our back, sort everything out, go for a quick little jog over to the nearby node here. Don't mind me. Thank you very much. Node is in sight. There should be more than enough metals that we need here. You may notice there's also a hidden post box inside that rock, so we'll go check that out in a moment as well. We'll just do what we can with these metals. We're not going to really try too hard. The most ideal thing you can do is get a truck, throw a bunch of stuff in the back of the truck, and then carry that truck over to one of these nodes. But again, we don't have access to one, and the enemies didn't appear to have a truck either. So let's go to rebuild roads. Toss all these bad boys in there. Oh, it doesn't even scratch the surface. All right, 1,000 for this one. You know what? We'll also fill it with a bunch of good old chiral crystals. There we go. So notice we get a bunch of nice. Yeah, we get a bunch of likes for this. This is great. Actually, we might as well drink some water. Alright, what do you got for me? More metals? Excellent. Because we need as many as we can get, sir. Well, some ceramics. More stuff for William Lake. Alright, nothing really that we desperately need. This is what we need to... Yeah, it's more than enough, I think. Yeah, you know what? We'll drop the 100 because I don't think we need that much. We just need 800 here. So we'll carry all these on our back. Quickly auto-arrange. Usually puts the heaviest stuff on the bottom. Just run back over. And just like that, we're already on our way to building up one of our roadways. Albeit in a little bit in an area of nowhere, but it is what it is. I should also point out that this will go over, and will give you a warning in yellow, saying that you are using too many resources for this. And essentially those resources will get deleted upon delivery. But we are okay with that because we're not going to be saving any of it. We can bring it back to base, like if we really wanted to, and then maybe try and divvy up these things better. But I'll be entirely honest with you, it doesn't matter. It looks like we're already getting a bunch of roads paved away here. More high-density metals, things like that, and ceramics too. Might go deliver these to another spot, just because why not? And I did say before in the last episode that this doesn't really matter as much. You don't have to do these first. You could always just do this later. But since we have the opportunity, the way I see it is a big ol' why not, right? And do we have our ladder, by the way? We have a repelling rope, 2 climbing anchors. I think I left my ladder behind or something. Grab a little repelling rope here, grab the chiral crystals on the ground. So the delivery route's probably going to be pretty hilarious now, as we will most likely see me getting shoved out of the mule territory and then going back in, getting shoved out, and then going back in. Running around in circles and everything. But hopefully after we deal with the craftsman, that will be the last time we actually have to worry, truly worry, about dealing with mules. They will become a thing of the past. They'll still exist, but they'll really be trivial to deal with. Which, in all honesty, is for the best for us. The less we have to worry about mules, the better. Having a way to fully defend ourselves will be very great. Hey, Norman, if you could, like, shuffle around and allow me to reclimb, that'd be most appreciated. I don't think you can do, like, a jump or anything, so you kind of just have to hope it all works out. Alright, good job, me. Alright, so... That guy's not dead, is he? Okay, good. He's just knocked out. He had a little bit of a bad night. Question remains, though. Where do we drop off this little road segment? I'm assuming this road segment here, then, is attaching to the one 23-1. Should be 23-2. Excellent, okay. So, it is the second part of the road, overall. Which means we'll just head up this way. Oh, there's another player's little trail here. We'll follow it along. Good job, guy. I see someone had a little pee-pee here. You know what? We'll join them. Again, I'm not really sure how much you're supposed to dispel here. I'll go out on a limb. I don't know where we're landed. I'll go out on a limb and say it's something like between 250 and 500 milliliters. So I guess I'll just go down to 200 mils left. Which might be overkill, all things considered. Hilariously, I don't think I was hitting on target. Well, that sucks. Listen, man. Aiming the pecker, not as easy as some would believe. Man, what a gorgeous game world, though. Absolutely love it. I can't wait till we get our legs, man. The engineer is going to give us some pretty beefy boy legs, but the ones I really care about are going to be the speedy boy legs. Then we can really start going. We'll be jumping around like a goddamn rabbit. It's going to be great. You know what? I'll also drop off this, so I'll send this in, and we'll add the chiral crystals. I think this is the fastest way to deliver them. And hey, maybe as we go do some other things, some other players can go finish these roads for us. And by other players, I mean the game will decide to be gracious enough to do that for us. Thankfully, there's just some random metal right here. Nice. I love that song. Alright, there we go. Alright, we did it, everyone. Looks like our ladder's still here, too. It's over on the side here. Lake Knot, Lake Knot. Oh, we'll ignore Lake Knot for now. Well, considering we got our ass kicked twice, I think we did pretty good. At least we don't have to worry about the mules for now. We've paved our little roadway here. Always super cute. Thank you, Sin Bebop. You're gonna get all the love here, considering we got our asses kicked. And he even has the Dorito Pope himself for his icon. 86 super legendaries. The 3 boots, I think, are the super difficult missions completed, so good on him. Embrace the likes, my friend, and we shall go into the private locker here and take these bad boys out. Thank you. Organize them away. And confirm. Go to the share locker. Nice. Oh man. Tell me no one put anything in the share locker. My heart is in fact broken. Alright, now we can actually get going. Over to the Craftsman, which is just along this way, about 450 meters away. In fact, we can practically see it from here. We just gotta retrace our stumble steps all the way back over. And once you start getting these roads up and running too, we'll be able to take motorcycles and things like that. We haven't learned how to actually craft motorcycles. But once we do, then player motorcycles will actually start loading up in the world too, which is super nice. Later we'll also be able to get shelters for our vehicles so they don't get damaged in the rain, so you can just drop them off under a structure, as structures are much more resistant to damage than vehicles, as you probably expect, right? So I believe actually a player has run this way before, so we might as well keep following it. I'm surprised we're not seeing any footprints here either, considering the actual like flatness of the terrain here. My stamina has been decreased and my cargo is now going to weigh even more because we haven't rested recently. The way to recover that is to, of course, go into a private room. I don't believe sleeping in the open world actually helps with that. I think there's some thunderstorms in the distance there. Oh yeah, I can hear it. I don't think we'll have to worry too much about BTs. I don't see any upside down rainbows. Alright, looks like the Cairo network is actually cut off at this river here. So we're on our own, and as we've read in those emails, it does seem like preppers really do want to just live on their own. They don't want to deal with society. But we really do be living in a society, though. But they still depend on us FedEx deliverers, us Amazon primers. The great deliverer, Sam Porter Bridges. Sadly, no bandana for for infinite carry weight.
Verified. All weapons will remain locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
But this man here will give us something a bit better. So you may notice there's a little symbol there. It's kind of hard to make out from here, so I'm going to try and move around. But it says Fragile Express, handled with love. Because Fragile Express has pretty much had full reign over here for a very long time. With the UCA being almost entirely cut off. So let's make our very first delivery of the 3. Wait, let me just confirm.
Delivering cargo.
Thanks. Sam Bridges, I presume? I've heard of you. The man trekking across the country trying to reconnect folks. I appreciate you bringing me this. I do. Times have been tough without Fragile Express to handle deliveries. Now, let me just check the cargo. Huh. Wow. You took really good care of this. I'll let Bridges know how the V&V testing goes. Thanks again.
Alright, no mention yet of whether or not we're going to get a bonus of him joining the UCA, but we're hitting 3 stars almost, but I don't know if he wants to be... I think 2 stars, like, if you fill 2 stars fully and you go into 3 stars, then I think we're guaranteed to get them on our side. I do believe if you damage this cargo and you get it destroyed, like, he might not join straight up. You're known as the Great Handler. Aim higher, as you may soon be recognized as a mover. And we have reached a miscellaneous grade 30. You will now receive more likes. Nice. That's just from us AFK in a game and coming back and people are using our bridges.
I need you to understand something. It's about Fragile. You might have heard she helped terrorists, that she didn't care who got hurt. But I'm telling you, that's gotta be bullshit. Her and her people put their lives on the line to get us what we needed. She's a hero through and through. Look, I was born in this shelter. The only world I've ever known is within these walls. So when people talk about America, I can't even begin to imagine it. But if that Cupid connects me to everyone else, I won't have to. So yeah, I want to join the UCA. I want to see what I've been missing.
Oh, didn't realize I was muted there, but we've now unlocked arguably one of the most powerful skeletons in the game, next to what I believe to be one that's just slightly better than this one, which would be the fast mover skeleton, whatever it's called, the speedy skeleton. This one will allow us to carry more stuff at a way faster pace. We lose the attachments on our hips, so we don't get to have extra packages there to be secure. So you're more likely, if you do trip and you do fall over, you can have stuff like literally tumble off the top of your backpack, depending on what you're carrying. So that's kind of the trade-off. You lose some secureness with your containers and your items, but you gain so much in terms of what you can carry, almost twice as much as what we can carry now. And it's very, very nice and convenient. And we can jump further with this, too. It's kind of insane. Exoskeletons are insanely powerful in this game and will help us to know, or beyond any end that we could possibly imagine. We got the gold ones as well because of the whatever bonuses, who cares. Smoke grenades are nice, so mid-combat now we can just yeet them at dudes instead of having to trap them. And we got 3 new interviews. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Look at that, all this stuff here. Great. Leading up to the old man.
And with that, my standalone 3D printer is capable of chiral printing. Assuming it works, the Evo Devo unit should enable me to replicate all kinds of archived objects. We can rebuild America one piece at a time. In the meantime, I can use the network to see what's going on in the cities, track MULE and terrorist activity. It's like you brought me the whole wide world in that package. Thank you, Sam. Let's do business again. Oh yeah. I've got a little something I'd like you to put through its paces. An assist unit I developed myself. Works perfectly in sim trials, but I need someone to test it out on solid ground. And if it makes your job a little easier, all the better.
Oh my god, it comes in a cardboard box. That's awesome.
Sam, active skeletons attach to your legs and augment your physical capabilities. The one you've got there is a load-bearing AS, designed to reinforce your joints. Just wearing an AS will provide additional support, but you can also boost it to maximize its potential. Go ahead and take it for a spin. You won't be disappointed.
Okay, so as you level up, these exoskeletons will also be put into smaller boxes, but as they are equipped, you don't have a box. The box just, like, evaporates into thin air. And there's 2 damage meters. One is the item itself, that's under damage, and then there's container damage is when it's on your back. Very rarely you're going to have these things on your back until you get the level 3 version. The only reason you'd want to, like, have them on your side is because you're switching between 2 different types of exoskeletons at any given time. Because later on we're going to be in more difficult terrain, so we might need an exoskeleton for that type of terrain, as opposed to the power skeleton, which is great for like more flat terrain and carrying cargo. But this will just make our lives so much easier. So let's go ahead and just not carry on our back, but rather remove cargo and equip. This will put the cargo on the ground, so we got to make sure we bring it with us. And we will just attach these. Let's just carry this on our back then, and we'll just sort everything out. Oh, I guess we don't need to do that, or we can't do that in this current circumstance. But yeah. This is kind of why I wish this guy was the son of, like, Hal Emmerich or something and tied the Metal Gear Solid series to this.
Come around again soon.
But, of course, it's not a Konami game.
New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
As I'm quite certain we would have run into a situation where... Oh, hold on.
All right, that's one prepper way station. 2 to go.
Sorry, I could only imagine... Oh shit. There's a rainbow over here, bro. Hey, what up?
Yeah, sure thing.
Don't do anything I wouldn't.
Oh yeah. Sorry. All I was trying to say is that essentially these look the same as the legs that Huey uses in Metal Gear Solid V to get around. They're a little bit more futuristic looking, of course, but it's still pretty cool.
That's right. Let's just sit here for a second and meditate.
So you recharge these bad boys by going on over to those electrical chargers. Thankfully, Ube decided to make one for us, which is awesome. Thank you. But let's go sit down and read some of our mail. Sadly, time does not progress while you're doing this, so we're not resting, really, while we're doing this. Let's read through some of our reports. William Lake, all about preppers. We made rounds of the local preppers when I first arrived here with Bridges 1. There should be some interviews floating around that the records team transcribed. Take a look if you get a chance. Oops. We were mainly sounding out the situation on the ground and trying to convince them to join the UCA, of course. But we already suspected they weren't the type of people to follow the herd. Why else would they be out there anyway? Still, we found the odd community-minded soul among them. Not all were holed up in shelters by chance. Some were running... Oh, excuse me. Sorry, some were running from something. Others had just been born into the life. Getting the few we did to throw their lot in with the UCA was a pain in the ass. Didn't help that the Cairo network wasn't up and running back then either. All we could do was put the parts in place and promise they were going to work someday. And now they finally do, thanks to you. Could be the skeptics might finally come around now that we could show as well as tell. You keep up the good work, you hear? Get us all back on the grid. Sorry about that. I got distracted. I saw a text on my phone. I looked over and I completely, lost my track of reading. Alright, there's the mail done. Got some more emails here. Heartman, Evo Devo unit. From 1 year ago in his lab. It seems a rather significant breakthrough has been achieved back at the headquarters. They've successfully integrated an Evo Devo unit into a chiral printer. In case you're not familiar with them, Evo Devo refers to evolutionary development biology. Your genes, mouse genes, dinosaur genes, the genes of every living being are virtually identical, and yet we develop into such radically different organisms. Thus, a question arises. Why did such disparate life arise from the self-same building blocks? Evo Devo was the field of study that sought to solve the mystery, to lay bare the secrets of evolution. Before the event of Evo Devo, it was thought that in order to reconstruct a dinosaur, we would require a sample of its DNA. However, thanks to this technology's ability to extrapolate the existing data, we could, with the correct stimuli, grow a dinosaur from the DNA of any living organism. We could, in essence, recreate the process by which dinosaurs evolved from primeval life forms. An Evo Devo unit applies these same principles to the problems of information and object reconstruction. With the help of the Cairo network, we may take incomplete data and indeed incomplete objects and reproduce their complete forms. This data can then be fed into a chiral printer and voila. Partial data yields finished product. The tech isn't viable for everyday use just yet, but when it is, it will be of incalculable benefit to our research and bring our reconstruction efforts forward by a matter of decades. That's pretty huge. That's basically the tech from Warhammer 40k. Just take these partial recreations and slap them together, and we'll call it a chimera. We'll call it a Lehman Russ, okay? We'll see how it goes. The Cairo Network 2 from Mama. This was during the first expedition 3 years ago, or before the first expedition even. In a way, the chiral network makes use of the beach to allow us to travel through time. See, sending large amounts of data takes large amounts of time, as you'd expect, but the thing about beaches is, well, time doesn't pass the same way in them. It does out here. Might not even pass at all. Think about the light from the stars in the sky we see produced thousands and thousands of years ago. Routing data through the beach is like jumping to a point earlier in that journey, thereby cutting it shorter. Much shorter. Just imagine massive amounts of data transferred almost instantaneously. That's what we're trying to achieve with the chiral network, in a nutshell. In theory, the network allows us to reconstruct old data that would otherwise be lost, and to do so with fragmented resources. Using what's known as Evo-Devo analysis, we could take the finger bone of a dinosaur, say, and extrapolate from that not only the dinosaur's form, but its composition. Internal, external, even its thought process. To a degree, anyway. Anything's possible with chiral computing. In other words, we won't just be able to reunite a nation. We'll be able to reclaim everything we lost in the Death Stranding. More even, theoretically, we could go back as far as the birth of the planet and beyond, and thanks to the beach, we'll be able to compile all the data in one place and reduce the processing time for even the most complex analysis to effectively 0. Damn. This Evo-Devo stuff sounds insane, man. Lastly, Preppers. From Preppers. The engineer, specifically. From 2 years ago. This is probably part of his email, right? Personal shelter. Is where he did this. My horizons ain't exactly broad. That said, I'm not completely cut off from the outside world. I knew what Bridges was and that they were trying to rebuild America. But when you're living down here, it's hard to see how that's got anything to do with you and yourself, am I right? My folks holed up here in the shelter after the Death Stranding. Had a kid and raised him in the slice of paradise, and together we lived off whatever Fragile Express was kind enough to bring our way. They told me tales about the good old days, but I've never had much of an imagination. Couldn't see how a country long gone was any concern to me and mine. As far as I figured, if Fragile Express was happy to keep bringing us stuff, we didn't need anybody else. And we certainly did not need America, whatever that even was. But then, one day, I was looking at a part of the machine my dad put together. He was an engineer, too, and I noticed something. It said, made in the USA. Right there on tiny print. Got me thinking that America might not exist anymore, but the stuff Americans built is still around. Making our lives a little bit easier, even now. You could say that the old country lives on in its works, kind of like how my folks live on in me. They, died a while back. Anyway, if they were American, I guess that makes me American too. And maybe this shelter a part of it all. Once I realized that, I started pouring my heart into building stuff to help you guys put the country back together. He basically just described memes. God damn. In the scientific form, which is to pass on your ideas, or to pass on something like that. It's to pass on something of yourself that is not DNA to the next generation. Whether that be like information or data or something along those lines. Excellent stuff, my friends. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's drop a save here. Thank you very much for watching. And I hope to see you all in the next episode of Death Stranding as we head out to the Elder as well as the Craftsman and see what this game entails as we continue on. Thank you so much. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.